Hello and welcome to episode number, I don't know, Xander Showflay of the Bad Psychics podcast. We are talking about golf today. This is our prediction episode for the four majors this season. It's one of the two golf episodes we will do this year. We'll do this. We'll do the President's Cup later in the year. But we will be predicting the Masters, the PGA Championship, the US Open, and the Open all in one go. As always, I am joined by a couple of idiots. I predict he's most likely to loudly yell that he's a homosexual during the course of this episode. He's also a fan of Max Homer. It's Jeter.
Good. Yep.
How are you,
Saw over that pretty quickly.
How are you, Jeter?
I'm good. I'm hoping that Max figures it out today in San Antonio.
I predict his appearance on this episode will be much like TGL. A terrible idea with somehow even worse execution. It's Sean.
Yeah.
So do you know what
Probably
TGL
about
is?
Yeah, I do know what the TGL is. I have watched a few clips of it on when it pops up on my Twitter feed, but other than
You poor
that,
soul.
I've not bothered. I saw that McElroy and somebody had a bit of a supposed Barney on it this week, but it was all just fisticuffs at 10 paces, really. Well, yeah, the TGL does not look like a good idea at all. But you know, something to make them more money, I suppose.
I'd get it more if it was in winter. Like,
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. Are we all excited for the start of the golf season proper?
Yeah, I mean, Z, you and I have argued about this. I've argued that I've been keeping up with the season ever since the Players, if not before that. But you know, I feel like counting the Masters as the start of the season is dumb, but to many people it is the start. So I'm excited. I've been excited. I've already been watching golf all season.
And Sean?
On the contrary, I have not watched much golf this year because I tend to watch the majors and then other tournaments if it's on, but like not like avidly as others. But I enjoy the majors. They're great fun.
I tend to, I've said this to Jeter before, if I get into the season too early, then by the time the majors come, I've got like golf burnout, and so I don't pay proper attention to the majors. So I've sort of learnt to, like, my main interest in golf is sort of about April to August, and then whichever the Ryder Cup or President's Cup it is that year. But yeah,
I do like watching the FedEx Cup at the end of the year.
yeah, that's
like,
fair.
But because that's quite different, and the way that they come the rankings and stuff work with it, I just quite enjoy how like a load of different like tournaments at the end lead into one big thing.
No, fair enough. But yeah, we will not be discussing the FedEx Cup today. We are just focusing on the four majors. We're trying a few different things with this episode, including for the first time, just so that you know what to look out for. We're trying jokers on each sheet. Everybody gets one joker per sheet. The number of sheets obviously varies per episode. For this one, it's 2. So if whatever points your double hits will be doubled, whether those are good points or bad points. So we'll see what everybody's gone for. I'm gonna really laugh if we've all gone for the exact same things for our jokers and rendered this experiment entirely pointless. But anyway, let's switch to our podcast in a hole. No, spreadsheet in a hole. I've not done that for a while.
Our podcast's in a hole.
Yeah, podcast in a hole. I I used to do that almost every episode when we started. I've mostly stopped. Occasionally it slips. But yes, so how is this going to work? We've each picked 4 players for each of the 4 majors. You can only pick any player once. So if you pick somebody for the Masters, you can't pick them for the PGA. You pick them for the US Open, you can't pick them for the Open Championship. And you will get points based on how they do, whether they win, top 5, top 10, I think I said, maybe top 20, or if they make the cut, or if they miss the cut, you will get minus points and you will be laughed at. And
just to clarify, I assume that we're including I assume that we're including ties, like top 5 is top 5 and ties.
yes, yeah, if it says T5, I'll allow it as a
Cool.
as a top 5. Yeah. Anyway, we will start with the Masters, given that is next week. Let's see which 4 players everybody has gone for. Okay, interesting. Well, I will start. I have gone for Ludwig. Kind of made his reputation at the Masters. Tends to do well in his early career at the Masters. I would like to think he's a fairly safe bet. I've gone for Fat Prick Reed.
Yes.
Last time I refused to pick any live golfers. This time I want to win. So unfortunately, he does tend to do well. If he doesn't do well, I won't mind. If I get a -5 here, I'll be quite entertained. I have played my Joker for Scotty at the Masters. It's a bit of a risk, but when I sort of considered like where I believe everybody will sort of kind of fall out, I just, he does tend to be pretty good at the Masters. He's played it 6 times. He's never been worse than 19th, and he's finished in the top 10 in the last 4 years. So he's maybe not in his best form at the moment, but like he wasn't in his best form last year, and then he won the Open. So I still think Scotty is Scotty, and the person to beat. And then I went for Cam Young, because Cam Young also has a pretty damn good record at the moment. Like I'm trying to remember exactly.
He won the People's Major.
He won the people. He did win the People's Major, but no, I was more thinking specifically in terms of the Masters. He's probably the most difficult one to predict here. I feel like in the form he's in, I felt like I had to pick him somewhere. He's played the Masters 4 times. He's been cut twice, but he's been on top 10 twice. And yeah, that felt like a decent risk reward one to throw in at the end for me. Cheetah, you have gone for Xander Schauffele. You've also gone for Reed, Fleetwood, and Douchebro.
Yeah, my pick strategies generally are, especially as you get later on into the season, we don't know who's going to be in for. Like, I'm sure that there's going to be someone who comes out of the woodwork that we don't know what their form is going to look like when we get to August. So in general, I tried to save some of my bigger names that are like very rock solid. You know what you're going to get from them. They should be making cuts. They should be top 10s. For later on in the sheet. And I tried to use form a little bit more heavily in the Masters. A lot of betting odds are saying that Xander's a really good dark horse pick. He's been playing very, very well recently, and I see that I'm the only one that has him, so I'll kind of cover him a little bit more in depth. But in his last 5 events, his worst finish was a T24 at Bay Hill. In his last 2 events, he finished solo third at the Players and tied for 4th at the Valspar. He's been playing really good golf. He's kind of been on good form. I have a feeling that he's going to be pretty good. Patrick Reed, as you kind of mentioned, loves Augusta. And I think he's also been playing pretty well since he made his whole switch to playing DP World Tour. So I think that this could be one where like he comes out with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Fleetwood's just been playing really good golf, as has Bryson. I don't keep up with Liv as much, but he did win the last 2 Liv events. So he's been playing good golf. He typically struggles one day out of the 4 in Augusta. But I think that I'd be surprised if he gets cut. And I think that there's a very good chance that all 4 of these guys could finish a top 10, because really you're just trying to avoid missed cuts and try and get 1 or 2 top 10s. And if you can get a winner, that's obviously huge. So that was kind of my approach with these 4.
That's fair enough. I mean, yeah, if Reed does turn up with a chip on his shoulder, he'll probably try and eat it. But
I was gonna make that joke, but I didn't want to cut it.
Christ.
Sean, you've gone for Rory to possibly defend, John Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, and Rosie.
Yeah, Justin Rose is my sort of outside shot, but because he's never won it, but he's had in the last like 10 years he's had 2 lost playoffs. So and I want him to win
last year.
Yes, I've got both of the 2, like the top 2 from last year, and I think they're both. Rory's a bit of a hit or miss at Augusta, but I think he's going to want to go there and put on a good show as defending champ. John Rahm's been in, as I'm looking earlier, has been in really good form. His last 5 starts, he's been in the top 5 in all of them. It's only 1 win, but he's had 3 seconds, a 5th, and then a 1 win. So in Live, so he's been doing relatively well, and he does like the Masters, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he's
and then
won
Scotty's
it.
just
So
and then Scotty's just Scotty, isn't he?
that's fair.
I was tempted to use my Joker on Scotty, but I thought I'd save it for later.
Okay. I mean, I was going to say to you, Jeter, you not used your Joker, but you said you were kind of trying to front load a bit because you can more easily predict the form. So how come you didn't double down on that?
You'll see when I've used my Joker, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't want to tip my hand right now.
Interesting. Fair enough. All right. Let's move on to the PGA. The PGA is being held at Aronimink this year. Kind of, I can't exactly tell what kind of PGA to expect from Aronimink. I don't like. I've seen it be used a few times as like a backup PGA venue, and the scores have varied pretty wildly, and yeah, I'm not exactly sure. So this for me was the hardest one to be sure of. However, I have gone for Douchebro. My logic being, I get the impression that for a major venue, it's quite a short course. Narrow, yes, but short. And I'm wondering if he's going to take the winged foot approach of just like bombing it as close to the green as humanly possible and basically never hitting more than a wedge in. I've gone McIlroy because I just it feels I always think that McIlroy and the PGA just sort of it kind of feels like a usually pretty good combination. Not always, but then trying to predict what Rory's going to do in any given week is pretty difficult. He might win. He might shoot an 80. Who knows? I've gone for Minwoo Lee. I've put his full name because I didn't because of like it's a he's Australian, but it's a Korean name, and I never know whether Min or Lee or Woo or some combination is the surname. So I've just put his whole name.
A safe bet.
Yeah. He's in decent form, and I want him to do well. This is my biggest like wishful thinking pick. I think is Minwoo Lee. I am sure that he will probably do well at least one major, but trying to predict which one, not necessarily that easy. And then I've gone Straka because if the course plays how I think it sort of seems, then Straka feels like the sort of person who will like get barely any TV coverage, but just end up in the top 10, and you go, how did he get there? Because that just seems to be how he plays a lot of the time, is not to like blow anybody away, but kind of just be there. As I say, the PGA is the hardest one to predict for me. So yeah, if the fewest of my points come from the PGA, I will not be surprised. Jita, you've gone for Goddard, Morikawa, Matsuyama, and Fitzy.
Yeah, so using some research that doing some reading on Aronimink and how the course generally plays, the things that I understand to be most important at the course are driver, especially distance, and basically tee to green. Like it's not like a Southern Hills where you really need hands. It's not like a course where you really need to be good with the putter. You really kind of need to be good tee to green. So I tried to take guys that were in pretty good form right now that I really trust tee to green in different ways. So Goddard is as everyone knows a big bomber, and I think that he's one of the best drivers on tour. And then I tried to go with Morikawa and Matsuyama because they're really known for their iron play. And then Fitzy just kind of does a little bit of everything. And I was trying to think about, like, based on how the course plays, who are the sorts of people that are going to succeed at this type of course, and cover my bases, given Aronimink hasn't hosted any majors in a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time that it hosted a tournament in 2018, it got, like, eaten alive.
Yes, though I do get the impression that it was not set up majorly.
Yes.
So I paid more attention to like the previous two times before that when it hosted the AT&T, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, it was the BMW. It was right before the Tour Championship. It's not like it was a tournament that like people really didn't care about.
Yeah.
Either way, I think it's the sort of course that like you don't know exactly what you're getting in terms of setup.
Yeah.
So I tried to think about it in the way of like, based on the data on how people are expecting the course is going to play, what are the skills that people are going to need, and pick people who are in good form that are good at that stuff.
Very fair. Right, Sean, you've also gone for Fitzy, you've also gone for Morikawa, you've gone for Cam Young, and I'm going to venture a guess that we will not see another pick of Casey Jarvis. I'm thrilled, like, that you've included a South African.
That is the entire reason he is on my list. I just saw a South African on the trend table, and I was like, I am throwing him in somewhere. I am throwing him in because I know it will make Z happy.
Fair enough. It's probably the opposite logic to when at some point Jeter has probably thrown in Cantlay just to make me unhappy.
No, I've actually found a Ghanaian player.
Fuck Ghana. But yeah, talk me through your thought, Sean.
I purely went for like Morikawa because I know he's pretty good with the irons.
Mhm.
So I thought in a major, normally your iron play is gonna come into it a lot. I didn't really know the course for the PGA. So I kind of just went for who's in form and kind of just picked on vibes. But I know I like Fitzpatrick as a golfer. I want him to do well and go on and win a major. So I put him in here. Cam Young's in good form. And then as I said, Casey Jarvis was just to make you happy.
Fair enough. I mean, if Casey Jarvis wins the PGA, I mean, I'll never have been so thrilled at somebody else getting 20 points. But you know,
I should have put him as my joker.
right, then we go to the US Open. The US Open is being played at Shinnecock this year for the first time since 2018. Generally known to be carnage when it's there, but we'll see how it's set up this year. What have we all gone for? Okay, interesting. I see a couple of jokers. Right. I mean, I've gone Fleetwood, Koepka, Morikawa, Rose. Fleetwood and Koepka were in reverse order. First and second, the last time that it was hosted at Shinnecock. I feel like that those kind of happy memories have to count for something to at least one of them. And then Morikawa and Rose, I very much agree that like they tend to be very good on approach play, but that's why I've saved them for the US Open because I feel like a Ronamink might be short enough that you can still deal with it if you miss a few fairways and greens, whereas I think Shinnecock, that some of the holes at Shinnecock you have to hit the green or you're making a double bogey. So I've saved them for there. Jeter, you've gone Scotty, Henley, Rose, and you've used your joker for Cam Young, and I'm maybe sensing a little bit of bias here.
It is a strategic decision for me in that it was very heavily covered that Cam Young is from New York, all over the Ryder Cup. Like it was one of the big things that people talked about. Shinnecock's a little bit further out on Long Island, but Cam will have still played it because the last time that anything was played at Shinnecock was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I think functionally the USGA is not going to set things up the exact same way as they did in 2018. Because 2018, they really got slated for how things were set up. For those who don't remember or who weren't watching golf at that point in time, 2018, they basically made it crazy golf or mini golf in the US. Like the greens were so slick that like people were putting, like tapping it, and it would go like 20 feet and like you'd go way past, like it almost wasn't fun. Some of the pins were like so egregious. And I think that the USGA is going to be hesitant and maybe even scale it back too much. Like, I certainly think that they're going to be wary of what happened last time and want to be on the other side of the line, as opposed to once again having it be like stupid and not fun for the players. So with that in mind, I think Cam is the sort of player who has maybe seen it in those conditions because it's a private course that people wouldn't really be getting out to except for the majors. And I think that he's one, there's not a ton of golfers who are successful from the New York area. So I just kind of thought that like it made sense for him to be my joker at that event specifically. because he has been playing very well, and I think he may well be up for it with it being a home U.S. Open. Not quite as home as Winged Foot would be, but still. I think Scotty, and to be honest, I also thought that I'd put my Joker on Scotty. I'm fine with it on Cam because I was between the two of them, but I thought I'd landed on Scotty. I thought I'd landed on Scotty because Scotty's going for the career slam. And I think that Shinnecock could be the sort of course that suits him because it really prioritizes approach play and play around the green, which is his specialty. And for that reason, I also picked Henley and Rose because I think that they're two of the better players in the game at that side of stuff.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I don't think I'd be backing Scheffler somewhere that needs putting skill, but
It's not putting as much as it's like hands around the green.
okay.
Like
Yeah.
like the putting matters, but like what really matters is like getting onto the green, putting yourself in the right spot of the green, and if you miss a little bit, can you get up and down?
Yeah.
How are you out of the sand? How are you with wedges? And I don't think there's anybody in the game better than Scotty with his wedges.
Yeah. I did think you were going to cover it, but when you were talking about the last tournament, I think what people might, if there's a specific event people might remember it for, it's Mickelson deciding to hit the ball while it was moving and tap it in because he felt that taking a two-shot penalty was better than it would probably have gone for him if he'd have waited for the ball to stop and then tried to play it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think at the very least they'll set up the seventh different because that has been like multiple times the biggest issue. It was an issue there the year Retief Hoosen won. But okay, and then Sean, you have gone for Spieth, Matsuyama, Kepka, and you've used your Joker on Douchebro.
Yeah. He seems to. I mean, he's got 2 wins on the US Open. I know they were a little bit ago, but he does like that kind of tournament. So, and I didn't want to use it early on. I thought I'd save it for later. So I just thought whack it on him. And also, I just thought it'd be funny to hear you say douche bro again. Yeah, but Matsuyama and Kepka's like covered can be quite reliable in the approach play, and then Spieth was just a wild card because I needed a fourth name. I don't really think he's done a lot in majors recently. So
He's done a
maybe
lot
the
of
US.
missing the cut.
Yes, he has. So maybe the US Open would be his sort of time to do something with that. I forgot that Cam Young would have been the home tournament at Shinnecock.
Yeah, I mean Wingfoot's more of a home course. Like
Yeah,
Wingfoot's more of a home course just given where he's from. But yeah, Shinnecock is definitely still, it'd be the equivalent for those watching not in the US. It's the equivalent of like, oh, it's like a home, it's a home event. It's still in London. It's just a different part of London that I'm from.
Yeah.
But it's still London,
the 2018 Shinnecock. I forgot about the Mickelson palaver, but I just remember it for only 2 people. Like nobody, I think it was nobody finished under par in the tournament or something like that.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the winner was
remember
one
watching
over.
it being like, "What the fuck am I watching? I'm not majors over par winner."
Well, it's the last time I believe that there was a major with an overpar winner because it used to be that the USGA always aimed for like an even par winner, and they sometimes got it wrong. I feel like they've shifted almost to like a 5 under par winner, and occasionally it drops further back, like last year because of the conditions at Oakmont when it ended up being 1 under. But okay, Let's move on to the last one then, which is the Open Championship being played at Royal Birkdale this year. Let's see what he's gone for. Okay. I mean, I have gone for Fitzpatrick, McIntyre, Gotterup, and Schauffele. So, I mean, Fitzy, I feel like Royal Birkdale will suit him. It's just kind of, you just need a decent, solid, all round game, just kind of fairways, greens, two putt, and occasionally make a birdie, and I think that will suit him. Uh, Bobby Mack obviously is, very familiar with links golf, I think. I mean, I think he could feature in any major, but I specifically think he is most likely to succeed at the Open. Goddard, uh, he, I think he finished like third in the Open last year, uh, and that was before he like really hit this peak form that he's suddenly got into this year. So I'm like, if he can combine conditions that seemingly he kind of likes with actual form, then maybe he could feature. And then Schauffele, I think, just seems to really enjoy the Open every year. He seems to be one of the few Americans that like really embraces links golf. And he's just starting to find some form again. Um, and I'm wondering, like, if he keeps getting slowly a little bit better and better and better, then maybe he'll like be back to full prowess come the Open. Uh, right, Jeter, you have gone for Rory, Bobby Mack, Victor Hovland, and Justin Thomas.
Yeah, so a couple different things influenced my choice here. I think Rory had to show up somewhere. And I don't know where Rory's head's going to be all year after what the Masters was, plus the Ryder Cup. And I felt most confident putting Rory playing links golf. I know everyone kind of had expectations for him last year with it being in Northern Ireland of what that event would have been. And I think it was not the performance that he was hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's a decent chance that if you have to put him in one, he might want to get some revenge at the Open this year. As you've already mentioned, Lefty Bob knows links golf as well as anybody does. I felt like I couldn't really figure out where I wanted to put Victor. I think he's going to have a good year, but he's one of those guys that's just so hard to pin down. Like he can have on any given swing, he can go from like a perfect round to a disaster round. It literally can change swing to swing. Um, and I felt links golf would be the most forgiving of his potential misfalls. Um, and then the other thing that I found is doing some research on Birkdale. It seems once again the most important part, and this is not a surprise. It's links golf. It's not the longest course. Um, your hands really matter around the green. And when I was doing some reading, it seemed like one of the courses that was kind of considered similar to Birkdale is Harbor Town, which has been a very potent hunting ground for JT. JT is like another guy who's exceptional with his wedges. And so, we haven't been to Birkdale since 2018.
17.
Things look, or yeah, sorry, 17. And things have been, you know, it's a very different tour than it was when Spieth won it. But I think, when you're looking at like who the sorts of people are that might be able to compete, um, it wouldn't surprise me um, for JT to succeed here.
Fair. I mean, I will say Birkdale. I would argue possibly more than any other course on the open rotation. Birkdale depends on conditions and which way the wind is blowing and how strongly it's blowing. Like, there's a reason that last time Spieth was able to win it at 12 under. The time before that, Harrington won it at 3 over.
Mhm.
Like, it, before that, it was O'Meara at even. Like, that tournament was, the weather was horrendous. Like, so, but equally, like, in the 70s, Lee Trevino managed to win at -14, which was such a low score for a major win back then. So I think yeah, you kind of need to hope that I definitely think players who can play in the wind is very, very important. That's probably the main thing, because I would almost guarantee it will blow a gale at least one of the days. But and then Sean, you've gone Lowry, Schauffele, Fleetwood, Oberg.
Yeah, Hovland was one that came into mind as well. But like throughout this list, but I just didn't know where to place him, and I just left him out completely because I didn't know how he would be. Um, and I was needing some other names. The one that I'm seeing both of yours that I kind of forgot was there is Bobby Mack. Um, wish I kind of put him in now, but I like Lowry as a golfer. I feel like it's the European based, like UK based major. Um, so I kind of gone for more European based, but News and the Chauffeur is gonna be good. But as you say, with the Birkdale, it is very much condition dependent. So I'm not. I was kind of just hoping and praying and just throwing some names together for this one because as you say, genuinely could be on the coin flip of which way the wind's blowing.
Very fair. I mean, I'm looking at the lists as a whole. I think we've got reasonably similar people, which isn't a huge surprise, but like there's not there's not many people who I think only appear on one list. Like a handful, but
Casey Jarvis,
Straka,
Henley,
Minwoo.
Straka. Am I the only one with Matsuyama? No, Sean has
No, I've got
Matsuyama.
Matsuyama.
Yeah,
Shane
there's a lot
Lowry
of
is
at least two
yeah.
of us. Yeah,
has anyone else got
I think
Kepka?
I've.
I have in the same one as you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think my list is the most overlap. Like I think the only one that I have unique is Henley.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and Hovland.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, I wasn't touching Hovland with a barge pole because, like, I mean, he burnt me last year where he was in absolutely rotten form, and then won the week before, and then despite me predicting him to miss the most cuts, made every single one. So I was like, if I pick him now, he's going to be the worst golfer alive for the next 5 months. So I'm not
Or
doing
if you
it.
pick him in the one that gets cut, he's going to make all of the cuts again.
Yes, yeah. Just as a very in joke, just for Jeter and I, Victor Hovland is the Sheffield Wednesday of golf. Right. Okay. Well, those are our picks. Let us know in the comments if you think we've missed anyone, if we're sleeping on anyone. I'm kind of pleased.
Oh wait, we've forgotten someone. This whole list has an asterisk. We don't
for
have Taylor
God's
Gooch.
sake.
We don't have who?
Taylor Gooch.
Oh.
For fuck's
I hate it here.
sake.
Um. Do I?
Sorry,
Yeah.
had to be
I
done.
might just make the episode title an asterisk, but like a literal asterisk, just to Just a one character episode
Just a-
title.
Yeah,
Okay.
Incredible.
that would definitely be a record for shortest title.
It would.
It'd never be broken.
Yeah. Yeah. Could only ever be
In
tied.
case you're wondering, he's not in the field of any of the majors.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, he still could be. He could go to US Open qualifying, you know.
Could. So could I.
I mean, fair. Okay, so we are now going to switch to our miscellaneous page to predict some other nonsense. Yeah, that's it. You get your cursor off the screen, Jeter.
Yeah, sorry, I was checking what I'd wagered.
Okay. So we're going to be starting off by predicting the winning scores and the cut line for the various majors first. Get points for being closest. Some points for being second closest. No points for being furthest away. Master score first. Let's have a look. Okay.
Oh, I've been prices righted.
I mean, you've been prices righted on the score, and you've both prices righted me on the cut line. So,
I'm just glad I'm not prices righted.
Sean's laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it feels like we're pretty much in agreement about the rough score. I will say, I looked at the weather for Augusta next week. And the main thing I noticed is it's gonna be hot. Like,
Yeah.
seriously hot. And hot Augusta usually mean that the greens bake. It doesn't matter as much since they added the sub-air systems, because they can kind of... But I do think they will still allow them to get a little crispy, and especially at the back end of any given day, I suspect it will be like a very toasty color. So I've gone -10. I toyed with even going down as far as -8, but I was like, it feels the last few years have all been in that low double digit area.
Yeah,
So,
I mean the last time it wasn't double digit was 2017 with Sergio,
yeah.
and that was 9.
Yeah. Like last year was the first dry tournament at the Masters in a long time, but it wasn't as hot as it's going to be. Like I think the hottest day was looking like it was going to be about 33 centigrade, which is like
80s.
I thought it was 90s.
I wouldn't know, because who uses
So
Fahrenheit
about
anyway?
mid 90s.
27 is 81.
Okay, so 6 more would be about 12 more.
Let me
So
look at the.
I'd say that's
Yeah,
about...
the high expected next week, yeah, it's high 80s.
Okay.
Because the tournament starts on the 8th, or sorry, the 9th, Thursday the 9th. The highest it'll be is Sunday at 84, according to the Weather Channel.
Okay. I mean, I had it a higher reading on mine, but I will trust American weather slightly more, I guess.
We're trusting
The weather
Americans
people
on
don't know
something.
what they're doing. Why are we trusting weather people? They don't know what they're doing either.
So American weather people.
Notoriously.
It's American weather people. That's the worst kind.
I mean, Jeter, I mean, you've said 11. Sean, you've said 12. Are we all just generally agreed that it will probably be low, roughly that area, and it doesn't matter too much what the weather's doing? We just think that the course is set up that way.
Yeah. They tend
Yeah,
to
pretty much.
have it set up in a way in which it will allow for scoring, but not too crazy.
Fair. And then cut wise, I mean, interestingly, Jeter's gone for a better winning score than me, but a worse cut line than me.
That happens a lot at Augusta. I mean, we've had a couple playoffs recently, but like it's also pretty common for someone to win 3 or 4 strokes clear. Like looking at the margin of victory, last year was a playoff. Scotty won by 4 in 24. 4 was the margin the year before. Dustin won by 5 in 2020. Like it's not completely crazy for like one person to be at 11, 12, 13. Um and then everyone else to be kind of closer to 6 or 7.
Okay, fair. And then, Sean, you're saying everyone's going to play well and the cut's only going to be 2 over.
Yeah, I just kind of I know it's gonna be I can't remember what last year's cut was, but I thought it was I thought it was only like 2 or 3 last year,
Yeah,
if I'm remembering correctly.
I'll pull it up.
I think 3 last year.
Like I've not
2.
2. Okay.
so like I've the last few years when I've watched Augusta, I've not seen it go like 4-ish. I thought it would be quite like a lower one.
That's fair. I can't lie. I would quite like them to like just give them an absolute hell year again. One of the years. I just like.
Yeah.
I miss the days when like you know if it really got baked, then it was just like putting on glass. It feels like they've slowed it down a bit, but
Yeah, Augusta's just that place that, like, more than anything, they have their reputation of like they want to control everything and they want it to be their way and they want the Masters to present a certain way. And like I think that, people want to watch a major where like you don't go out and shoot 24 under like what Valhalla was, but equally you don't really want it to be like even par. There's kind of like a happy middle, and the master seems to be like the expert at mastering finding their space in the happy middle and like monetizing that. So
yeah.
it doesn't surprise me that
I,
they'd want their score to be the same thing every year after year.
it kind of does help though that they are the only course where they have like a yearly major. Everyone
Mhm.
else is in a rotation, so they've had a lot more opportunity to get that sort of level
Yeah.
where
Totally.
they know they know how their course they know how they want to set their course up. Whereas a lot of the other courses they're not like pissing into the wind per se, but like they're not had that much opportunity to maybe work on what they want for how they want to set the course up. It
Well,
also does also make each major each year though, where they're not on the same course a lot more. It makes it a lot more varied, which I like as well.
yeah. I mean, for me, I wish they would vary how they set up Augusta a bit more. Like it is somewhere where they could very easily make the winning score nearer to even. They could also make it nearer to 20 under if they wanted to. I just think there is more scope to make it a different challenge and allow different sorts of players to win there. But what do I know? I don't. I've never run a golf tournament, so. I mean, speaking of pissing into the wind, we come on to the PGA being hosted at a first-time venue. Let's see what we've gone for. Yeah, okay. I
Not
mean,
first time venue. They hosted it in 62.
it, yes.
It might as well be a first time fucking host at that point.
I wonder. I wonder if there's going to be anyone that's going to have attended both.
Uh Gary Player
Yeah.
won it, so maybe Gary will turn up.
Okay, fair. But yeah, I really don't know what to expect from this one, and my predictions reflect that. I've gone for a +3 cut because that feels like a safe major number. Like just kind of if in doubt, go about +2, +3, and I've gone for 14 under because I would guess it's going to be easier than Augusta, but I don't know that for sure. So, just it felt like a reasonable number. Jeter, you've gone 9 under and +2.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured it's the PGA, so the cut might be relatively closer to par. I If I'm wrong, I went with a lower winning score in case the course is really hard. I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, you've basically done the opposite of me. You've gone for a smaller spread. I've gone for a bigger spread. They're both just hedging.
Yep.
And then, I mean, Sean, you've basically landed in the middle of our winning scores and gone for the same cut as me.
Yeah, I again with you, I just went with the safe cut line of +2 or +3, and considering I went +2 for the Masters, I thought I'd go +3 here. Um, but with the winning score, I genuinely have no idea. I don't really know the course. I don't think I've ever watched a tournament prior to it on this course. So I just kind of went for this is a rough idea of where majors want to kind of be done. So I'm just going to go here and hope that I'm on one of the ends of the spectrum between the three of us, but landed in the middle anyway.
Okay. Okay, we get to the US Open that is being hosted, as we said, at Shinnecock. Not generally known for particularly good scoring, but we'll see where we go. Okay.
Well done. Good.
Oh, Jeter and I have picked exactly the same score and cut. Yeah. I mean, I'll let you explain it then.
As I kind of said, I mean, Brooks won at +1 in 2018, and I think that the course will be more forgiving than it was, given the feedback that they got from 2018. The cut line that year was +8. In 2004, the exact win and cut was -4 and +6. And I kind of figured that their goal will be to get it a little bit closer to that 2004 US Open. So I plunked those numbers because they felt about right.
And then Sean, you're predicting 7 under wins, but a 7 over cut.
Yeah, again, it's a lower scoring course. But I thought it'd be a lot more. I kind of have a feeling that they're going to go kind of from one extreme to the other with from 2018, and they're going to try and maybe overcorrect too much, which will allow for a bit more for somebody to go and have a really good I say really good like -7 sort of thing, and someone will just have a really good weekend on it. But yeah, because it's that course that you can kind of go either way. I thought I'd go for a much higher cut line.
That's fair. I see. My hope with what they do is when you go back and look at it, there were a couple of holes that were silly, and those couple of holes, everyone was acting like the course was silly. So my hope is just that make those 2 holes half a shot easier and like leave the rest of it alone, because for the most part I think the rest of the course was all right. You got the odd bad break, but that's just a US Open. Like, don't I don't enjoy the US Opens when they like set it up too easy to get. Like, I don't want Shinnecock turned into an Erin Hills. Like,
Yeah.
but we'll see where they go. They may overcorrect, they may not.
One thing with that 2018 US Open as well, Tommy Fleetwood scored 7 under on the final round.
Yeah.
So, like, there is there is a good chance that it could go, even with it being messy. If someone
Yeah.
is in really good form, you could still hit a decent total on it.
Yeah, I mean, the other issue is we don't know, but the course is on the water or, like, next to the water if it's not actually on the water. Um, and the weather in New York in, like, June can just be a little bit hit or miss.
Mm.
Like, we could get a situation like that's the time of year where, like, you can get storms rolling in every afternoon, or you can get, like, perfect, delightful weather that, like, the course is in pristine condition. Um, it's just kind of it's a reason why the PGA doesn't go up into the Northeast very often. It can get very dicey very quick. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if we have a Monday finish. It equally wouldn't surprise me if we have perfect weather and they're able to control the course exactly how they want.
Fair. All right. Let's move on to the Open. Let's see what we've gone for. Uh, Interesting.
Oh.
We are all over the place on both of them, really. I've gone for a 14 under and a 3 over cut. My just general gut feeling is that all the vague weather trends stuff I've heard seems to be implying that we're going to have a annoyingly hot summer. If that happens, then I think Birkdale, by comparison, becomes a little bit of a puppy. Like there were, I think, I want to say there was like 1.5 really bad days at the last Open there, and Spieth won it at -12. So I'm like, if it's mostly dry and hot, I do think it's gettable. It just, if it is a bad week, like I have decided to commit to one direction as opposed to not hedge my bets, because it genuinely could be like even par. If it's windy, rainy, it could be horrible. But I'm banking on good weather. Jeter, you look like you're also maybe hedging because you've gone lower winning score again and but better cut line. So, any just that is that a full hedge from you?
I think I mean, yes, it is. I wanted to make sure that, like, my score wasn't too high. Um, given, we don't know. Like, I didn't want to predict that it's going to be like a shootout or that it's going to be really bad. I kind of wanted to put myself a little bit more in the middle. And I did that generally with all of the tournaments outside of the Masters because we just don't know the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just kind of wanted to be pretty conservative and, like, see, put myself in a spot where no matter what happens, I'm okay.
And Sean, you've done the complete opposite by having a massive range. You've gone a better winning score than me and a worse cut line.
Yeah. It's fully hedging of the bets because it's the UK. You literally could have it pissing down with rain most of the week, or it could be bright, beautiful sunshine in the middle of August. You don't know what you're getting. So I thought, well, if it's going to be good, the scores will be lower than when it was last at Birkdale. But if it's going to be bad, you're going to possibly hit +5 cut. So I thought, let's just try and hedge the bets that way, then we're not.
Okay,
Go from one extreme to the other, because then that way I've covered bases, but I could be wrong.
that's fair. I mean, good thing is, like, I'm in the middle on both of those, so I'll definitely get points whatever happens. uh,
This is true.
Yeah.
Right, next we come to low round. This is just what will be the lowest individual round at any point during the major summer. see what we've gone for. Okay, I'm glad that this one has worked out interestingly because I thought maybe it could just end up with us all picking the same thing. I've gone for a 63. I suspect that will either be at the PGA or the Open. I think a 63 is manageable in decent conditions at either of them. Jeter, you've gone for a 64. Any particular where are you expecting it?
Ooh, probably a Ronamink.
Okay,
But I didn't feel confident that anywhere would be like a really easy hunting ground.
fair.
So I didn't want to go too low because 62 felt like a low score. And even 63, I was like, I didn't want to I didn't want to go like too crazy.
That's fair. And I reckon I can predict why Sean's gone for a 62, but I'll let him explain.
I just thought that there might be somebody that could have a crazy round at like the PGA.
Oh, okay.
I think that's Aronimink, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought someone would potentially have like the has pretty much like has made the cut but has like no chance of contention or something like that. Just on like the Saturday or Sunday playing the round of their life and getting a 62.
Okay.
Um,
That's not why I thought
when
you were
they've
saying it.
sort of not got anything to lose that way.
Fair. Yeah, no.
Why?
There's
Why? I want to know why you thought I said 62 now.
well, because there's been one career, I think still only one career 62 at a major, and it was the last time the Open was held at Birkdale. Brandon Grace shot a 62, and
Okay,
I think
I
that's still
did
the
not know
only
that.
ever 62. Has somebody else done it since? I'm looking at Jeter because I feel
I'm
like
looking up now. Yeah, 62. The lowest rounds are 62. It has happened a couple other times, but 62 was the first one by Brandon Grace at 2017. It
okay,
got matched twice in 23 by Ricky and Xander at the US Open, and then twice by Xander and Shane at Valhalla.
oh of course Valhalla. I'd forgotten about Valhalla where everybody basically shot scores of that ilk. Okay, well we'll see which way that goes. Next we come on to prize cut. So basically you get points for every time the player you pick misses a cut. Let's see who everybody's gone for. Interesting. I thought maybe we'd see our first jokers on this page for this one or the next, but no.
Sean going Patrick Reed while while the other two of us have him doing
Yep.
well is good.
I saw that and I was like, I know what's coming later. I can't stand Patrick Reed, so I'm hoping he misses all the fucking cuts.
Well, I'm also hoping that, but if he doesn't,
Yeah, but I just on principle could not put him in my top five, like top fours, and
that's
like
fair.
on them anyway.
I mean, GT, you've gone Sung Jae Im, which I'm assuming is you found somebody who's going to play every major, and you thought he looked like the worst option of the ones playing all four.
Yeah, I mean, so since the US Open last season, um or sorry, since the Open Championship last season, he has 3 cuts, and before the Open Championship he missed 2 cuts. Like in between the US and the Open Championship, he missed 2 cuts. He did play very well at Valspar with a T4, but he has not been playing great recently. I mean, he has a T4 and a T7, but the T7 was on the Asian tour. And he has been a bit of a non-factor recently. He finished T60 at Houston. Currently, he's not playing Valero. I thought he was. but he generally hasn't been playing very well. And if I remember correctly, he is in all 4 fields.
Fair enough. I went JJ Spawn. I like JJ Spawn, but I think we have to be honest that he was one of the more unexpected major winners for a while last year. He will get into all the majors for a while because he won a major, and I just feel like that kind of potentially sets him up to be a bit of a dud in some of them. Like, I wouldn't mind being proven wrong, but that's why I've gone for him. Next, we come to the bad luck prize. So you get points each time your player finishes in, I think I said the top 20, maybe the top 10, without winning. But if they win one,
sorry,
Top 10.
You said top 10.
top 10, okay. Top 10 without winning one. If they win one though, you're disqualified from this question. So, just to like discourage people putting Scotty because he'll always be there or thereabouts. Like, you have to pick someone who's not going to win one, but will be there or thereabouts a lot. Let's see what everybody's gone for. Oh, hello. We've got a joker. I mean, I said Fleetwood because Fleetwood. It feels like Fleetwood's taken over from his near namesake Westwood for being just the English bloke who is nearly always there but isn't actually gonna win anything. I'm a little less confident about this since he won the FedEx Cup, but I still feel like maybe a major's just going to elude him. GT, you've gone Rosie.
Yeah, similar sort of thing. Rosie's playing really good golf, but I don't know if he has, like at his age, I'm not sure that he can win one. I'm not confident how many top 10s he'll get, but I don't like if I were betting on someone to win any of the 4 majors this year, I wouldn't be picking Rose. But I think that it's a fair shot that he gets at least one top 10. So, I think it'd be hard to pick someone who gets like 2 or 3 or even 4 top 10s without winning. Like, that might not even happen. So I just kind of went, who do I think might get a top 10? And I feel pretty confident won't win.
Yeah, we're looking for someone to have a Ricky Fowler season from about 2013.
Yeah.
Sean, you have gone McIlroy and you've put your joker on it. Yeah. This is risky.
I thought I'd double down on the risk of calling McIlroy. Because I think he will do well, but I don't know if he will. He went so long without winning one before the Masters. I don't know if him winning the Masters is now. I think it could free him up a little bit to go and play better across them. But I don't know if he'll have necessarily the thing to go. I can go and kick on and win this. I think he'll be there or thereabouts most of the majors.
It's going to depend. It genuinely will depend on how much of a shit does he give.
Yeah.
Because if he gives too much of a shit, he'll be crap. If he doesn't give enough of a shit, he'll be crap. It just there's
If he gives, it's the Goldilocks level of shit that he needs.
Yes, exactly. Couldn't have put it better.
Goldilocks is shit. What an episode title.
I was just I've noted just the Goldilocks level as I can't put expletives in titles.
Well, that's where ZZ. That's where you put your asterisks.
I was going to make the same joke.
Okay, very good. Very good.
In case we're wondering, I'll spoil it. I don't have an asterisk in the next one. Unlike last year.
Well, I genuinely thought that, like, you might have, like, asterisk
doubled down on it. She's playing well in the women's amateur right now.
Okay.
But I think she's leading it.
Yeah. Oh, she's still amateur then.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought she might have gone pro by now.
No, no, no.
Well,
She's still like 16.
yeah. I mean, like, I'm fairly sure Michelle Wee turned pro at like 13, didn't she?
She's 17.
Okay. Like, women turning pro stupidly young is nothing new.
She's currently T1. Or sorry, solo first, minus 11 through 2 days.
Okay. Right. Well, I have to assume that unless Jeter's cocked up, we know which category both he and I are using our I know I'm using our Jeter for, using our Joker for. Let's see who we're going for. Okay, we've at least gone different people. We have at least gone different people. I am doubling down on my answer from last year. I like it. I said last year that it was only a matter of time until Gino Titagun won a major. Like, I was like, it's gotta happen soon. She's too good. Then she won 3 tournaments last year. She's already won a tournament this year. In the majors, she made 4 of the 5 cuts and was tied 30th, tied 24th, tied 4th, and 2nd in those 4. She has to win one. She has to. Like, this isn't a Fleetwood where I think it might never happen. Gino will win a women's major, and it's gotta come sooner rather than later. Surely, like, it just, I like, she's the world number 1 now. You can't be a world number 1 and not win a major in the women's game. I refuse it. Jeter, meanwhile, you have gone for Nelephant Corda.
No, what are we doing here, man?
Nelly.
You've
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about how Gino's been playing well this season. I'd say Nelly's been even better, with 3 starts and a win in 2 solo seconds. Nelly is one of the best players in the women's game. I was shocked by her results last year, without any wins, but she had 9 top 10s and 19 starts, including a bunch of seconds and thirds. Obviously, Nelly was, went very viral in 2024 for 7 wins, including, I think, 2 majors?
1.
At least 1 major.
Just 1.
Nelly's one of the best golfers in the women's game. Last year, all of us kind of beat around the bush and went for like random people to maybe, I went most off the beaten path with asterisk, but like I think all of us were a little bit off the beaten path, obviously to different degrees. I wanted to try and hit a home run here, and go with just who I think is the best golfer in the women's game. And also I went with my Joker here because, I just think that the 8 points on offer for the women's game seemed like the best way to double it. You have 5 cracks. You just need 1 win. Pick someone good and hope that it sticks.
Yeah, I mean, I was torn about how to play it because I'm like, if you do one of the scores or the cuts, then you just need to like finish 2nd, and then you double it. Whereas this one, it's like there's only 5, at most 5 possible right answers. But like the points are bigger. I've taken the same approach to playing my Joker as you. I am not entirely sure it's the correct approach. I think there is an argument that you go somewhere where you have the most chance of getting any points, and you just double some points. But I don't know. We'll find out. And then, Sean, I thought you'd done a really good job of managing to go through this episode without making what I took as a stupid patriotic pick. And then, right at the last,
Look, it wouldn't
What can
be
we say?
me if
Sean
I.
loves someone who loves chain smoking.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't make a random patriotic pick in there, would it?
yeah, I mean,
It's in the world. I looked at the women's golf rankings, and this was the highest rated English woman, so that's why I went with it.
okay, yeah.
Because I think
At
she's
least,
ranked fourth in the world.
yeah, she is.
As
I think
as a
Charlie has a better chance. I would have laughed very hard if Sean had gone with Lottie.
I did look at
Yeah.
I did look at the name Lottie Woad and think that is a great name. Yes, I'm going for it, but
It
See,
would have been
I-
mental. She's 22.
I genuinely believe there is more chance of Lottie winning than
Nah, no way.
I'm
No way.
I'm sticking by that. I'm sticking by that. Like I just Charlie is a bottle job, and Lottie isn't. So I like, don't get me wrong, wouldn't surprise me if Charlie has like 5 top 10s but does absolutely nothing with them, and Lottie like wins one and misses 4 cuts. That wouldn't surprise me. But if Lottie plays herself in, she'll win, whereas Charlie will find a way to screw it up.
You're saying that Sean's chosen Spurs here.
Yes. Yes. Sean has predicted Tottenham Hotspurs. Um, um,
I almost made the worst pun earlier when you said that Birkdale can be turned into a puppy. I almost went, you mean Royal Barkdale?
for God's sake.
I also thought the same thing but didn't say it.
When it was Jeter and puppies, I thought he was going to talk about Christy Noam's husband.
On that note, thanks for watching, everyone. Oh, we still have bonuses.
Okay,
For
right.
the bonus content, you need to go to our Patreon.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'm going to reveal the bonus wages first. Let's find out what we're going for. Okay. We've got a 4 and an 8, a 3 and a 6, an 8 and a 3. This feels like a different approach. I swear Jeter you usually go 5 and 10, don't you?
No, last time I did 6-7.
Oh, okay.
I fucking hate.
Right. Let's find out what we've gone for. Okay. Okay.
Well, Sean, I don't think yours is happening here, buddy.
Look, I've got to make a car crash of a pick at one point.
I'm just. I mean, let's start with Sean's, I guess.
Look, he's taken. It doesn't say how long he's taken a break from.
Okay.
It's very much a case of he'll somehow come back for like the Open and somehow make the cut after not playing for years. It would just be very Tiger Woods of him.
Tiger Woods will make the cut at one of this year's majors.
Not fucking happening.
Look, I've got to go out there with my bonus. What? Go big or go home.
I would go like 3-10 and 8 like 20.
That's not that ungenerous. That's by
Maybe
this
25.
by my right. So this is what I've been saying. Right, is that basically doubling to me, I'll double roughly on a 50-50. Okay, anything that's like unlikely, I'll go about 3 times. Like pretty damn like very unlikely, I'm getting towards 4 times. And like this is utterly ridiculous, I'm getting towards like 5 times. I'm by that metric of how I score things, I'm on about a 4.5 times. It's just about there's the tiniest chance maybe of Woods turning up at Birkdale and like
That's if they let him leave the country.
yeah, like I briefly after reading it had a do I want to make the Mal offer of if this happens you win.
It's not quite as
yes,
unlikely, but it's close.
That's what I mean. That's like I'm not.
So I'd maybe go what we're going 4.5 times. I'm fine with like 3 to like 14,
Okay.
and then 8 to like
Well, I'm assuming right. I guess if you're balancing it out, I'm assuming you're trying to like make him take the low because you're still a bit nervous. So you're saying 8, something like 8, 20.
26,
I was gonna say 28.
27,
Okay. 20,
8 27.
okay.
Down.
I mean, yeah. Okay. So, Sean, your best odds are taking your low and going for 3 down, 14 up, or you can have 8, a possible 8 down, 27 up.
Purely based on how unlikely it is, I'm gonna take the 3 and 14.
Okay. Okay. I genuinely thought you might double down for a second.
No, I came in with that one in mind, where I was hoping the Mal offer would come.
If you'd have said right, if
that
you'd
was
have
what I was playing for.
if you'd have said Tiger Woods will make the cut at the PGA, I'd have given you the Mal offer. I don't even know that he'll be back in the country by that time.
Yeah, that's why I said at one of this year's majors. I know he's already out of the Masters.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much hedging my bet that he just plunks in Royal Birkdale for the afternoon and goes, you know what? Let's have a round of golf.
Okay. Right. Let's do Jeter's. At least one amateur makes the cut in all majors with amateurs in the field.
So is that 2 of them?
3 of them.
3.
Yeah, there's no amateurs at the PGA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the PGA didn't. I thought the US Open didn't either.
No, the
US
Open
US Open always has amateurs.
Yeah. I mean, this is. I don't think it's like. I wouldn't call it a 50-50,
No.
but I don't think it's implausible.
I would have said it's a 60-40 sort of shot of happening. Like in terms of 40 it happens, 60 it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just trying to.
For context, I'll give you guys the details. So Neil Shipley made the cut in 2024. Before that, it was 2023. No amateurs made the cut in 21, 22, or 25 at the Masters.
Yeah.
US Open, one amateur made the cut each of the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Open Championship 2024, Callum Scott made the cut along with 2 others. And 2022 had one with Potgieter.
Like,
Hmm.
I would say,
It's a-
I reckon if you looked at it as a part of a large pattern, if you looked at it, say, over
Yeah.
15 years or something,
Mm.
I reckon about 2 in every 3, there will be an amateur.
Yeah.
Basically, what
But-
we're going for is 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I think your 60-40 is
Probably.
it. I think it's less likely than likely, but not by like a mega
It happened in
amount.
2024.
Well,
Yeah,
where everyone, yeah, you've got a good shot because it do, I know it happens quite frequently, but like for what where 1 or 2 will sneak in and make the cut, but I'm not certain that it would happen in all 3.
right. So my inclination is that I
There are
kind
only 6 amateurs in the field for the Masters.
Okay.
yeah, but there's fewer players generally. That's the equivalent of like
Yeah.
11 in the other
Yeah, I mean,
ones.
I can't tell you the field for the other ones because they're not.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, I know, but right. My inclination is that I think this is likely enough that I don't want to push him to a high offer to try and make him drop points.
Yeah.
My inclination is that it's probably, by my scaling, it's probably about a 2.5.
Okay.
And so I'm
I
kind
was
of thinking to balance it out and to try and push him low, I'd like triple the 3 and double the 6, and I'd go
that
3, 9, and 6, 12.
that's exactly what I was thinking, but I was thinking like 8-3 and like 13-6 just to balance it
Okay,
out slightly more, but like
all right,
that was sort of the ballpark I was thinking of anyway.
yeah, I'm happy with 3 for 8 or 6 for 13. I'll do that. I'm okay with that.
I'm taking the 3.
Okay, I figured you probably would.
I was never betting high on that anyways. So when you started telling me you were going to try and push me towards it, I was like, let me keep my poker face up.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, mine needs a little explaining. So I'm saying there will only be one winner from any individual country. What I'm saying by this is, if Scotty were to win every single Grand Slam, that would be true because there's only one winner from America. I'm saying that each different winner of a major this year will be from a different country.
Yeah.
So just that, like if when you look at the flags,
Yeah.
there can only be one name associated with each flag if you're looking at the winners.
Yeah.
So like if both Scotty and Xander win one, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But if Scotty were to win 2 and Rory were to win 2, you'd be fine.
You'd be fine. Yeah.
I did consider including the women's in this as well, but there's too many Koreans that scare me.
Z is scared by Koreans. Let it be known.
Let it be known it's out there now.
Z is more particularly scared by Korean women.
Okay, noting down "scared by Korean women" as a possible episode title.
I think this is probably about as likely as mine.
Yeah.
Because you're talking
Yeah,
the Americans are obviously the risk.
Yeah, the Americans are your massive risk in this. You're more if the Americans weren't in the majors, you'd have a lot more chance. But there's so many of them that I could see Schauffele and Scotty Scheffler winning one each.
Yeah, or
like
Morikawa, or
Cam
like
Young.
you could rattle off any of the Americans.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance that if there's two winners from one country, it's the U.S.
Yeah.
Um,
You also do have the chance that Scheffler decides he's going to go sod this. I'm going to show everybody why I'm the best golfer around, and just go. I'm going to win all 4 majors.
yeah, or even if he wins 2 of them, like even that moves the needle a lot.
Yeah.
I think that I feel pretty similarly that like I think this could happen. I
Would
don't
you
think
be
it's likely
prepared
to
to
happen.
press him for the higher offer, or would you want to keep him to?
I'd probably keep it about similar. Like if he wants to go high, let him. I don't feel confident enough to like want to encourage him to risk
So if he's gone for 4,
because my issue is
you're
if we
saying
encourage
what,
him
like
to go big,
you're
if we
saying what,
encourage
like
him to go
10-4, and then like if you're doubling it, like say 18-8, is that sort of ballpark you're thinking of, or are you thinking slightly
yeah,
lower?
10-4, 18-8 works for me.
Yeah, because I think that still gives him the possibility of wanting to go higher, but then also we're not, like, if it does happen, like we've still offered a lower offer that.
Yeah, I'm also thinking about it here that all 4 of us, like if this is going to happen, it means that Scotty's probably won 2 of them.
Yeah.
And the cost of Scotty winning one, if we get it right, is 20 points.
Yeah.
So I think that this is worth, in my mind, I'm also thinking about it separate from the odds, is like, this is worth to me about the cost of someone winning one. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
because he's obviously he's doubled up on Scheffler winning the Masters,
Mhm.
any as well. So like, there's that sort of consideration to be put into it too.
Yeah. So I think 410, 18-8, or 410, 8-18 works for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel like we screwed you here, Z?
A little. I think. When you said that it was similar to yours, and I sort of like was trying to double. In the end, Sean moved it slightly further closer together, but I was basically trying to double one and triple the other. So I feel like if mine's similar to yours, I've been screwed a little bit.
I didn't
think yours
actually do the
is
math on like 2.5 because what 410 is
820.
it's it's 820. I have slightly
I'll-
lowered it because
I'm willing to go 819
we can
to make it a
I
little bit closer and more
yeah,
fair.
because
I think 819 is probably more fair to 2.5.
I think Z's is probably like they are about the same, so I am happy with 819. My maths wasn't mathing in that one.
I mean, you've done a good job of making me unsure. Usually I go, I know exactly which one I'm taking. I think solely on the basis that I'm pretty confident with where I've placed my jokers. I feel like some episodes I look at, and by the end of them I go, I don't think I'm winning this one. Whereas this one I think I've got a shot at. And that makes me think I should probably not throw away points on a bonus. So I'm going to take the low, but I'm not like, I might regret that. It's one of the like one of the trickier ones to settle on. But it's fine. I'll go with the low. But yeah, there we have it. We have predicted all 4 majors. We will review this when all the majors are done. I'm trying to think when the last one is. I think we'd probably have to wait till after the Women's Open. I think would be the last.
Yeah, I was thinking the women's
Uh,
Open was the last one on the calendar.
Yeah, which
I've got
that's
them all up.
early August usually.
The women's open is July 30th to August 2nd.
Okay, so yeah, we'll probably be reviewing this sometime early to mid April, August. We'll see how it comes off. But yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know who you think's winning. Let us know who you think's not winning. Just insult Sean's hair. Just all the good stuff.
Yeah.
We will be back.
If you are a Korean woman, make yourself known to Z.
Yeah, that especially, and we'll. I don't know what the next episode is. Probably gonna be one of Eloise's wrestly ones. I think, maybe. I think she told me there was one in mid-April, so we'll go with that. But yeah, until we meet again, remember to always be big mystics, not big mistakes. Bye.